Ryan Phelan's epic morning show in Calgary in the morning. Today is January 13th. That's right, 13. Scary, right? It is, especially to those that are superstitious. But there might be some reasoning to why 13 is an unlucky number. Let's take a look at it. So you got Judas was the 13th guest at the Last Supper. Also, if you go to Norse folklore, evil was brought to the world through this gathering of the gods, and at this gathering, the 13th guest that brought evil to the world was Loki. Also, January 13 to be specific, it's my brother's birthday, or one of my brother's birthdays. So, happy birthday, dude. And this cat, you are either the luckiest dude I know or the unluckiest dude I know. I still haven't figured it out, but happy birthday anyway. Let's take a look at, before we take a look at that, 13, would you buy a house that was number 13 such and such a lane, or number 13 such and such a street? Well, I'll tell you what, 32 people did last year. So obviously when it comes to the house number, not as important to people, especially not as important to people as it would be in a building on the 13th floor. Just saying. Now let's take a look at number 4. Number 4 is a bad one, especially in Chinese culture. Now, it is such an unlucky number, but the reasoning behind that, or one of the reasons behind that, is because the word for 4 is very similar in Chinese to the word for death. Now, if you take a look at doubling that, you got good old 8, lucky number 8. Extremely lucky in the Chinese culture. And the reason for that is because the word for 8 is very similar to the word for prosperity in the Chinese culture. Now we could be looking at lucky number 7. Can't ignore lucky number 7. So you got lucky number 7. First of all, you have 7 days in a week. You got 7 colors in a rainbow. God created the world in 6 days and rested on the 7th. So, and it's a prime number, so it can only be divided by 1 in itself. And if we take a look at that for all you math lovers out there, the number 6 and the number 28, perfect numbers. Now the reason why they're perfect numbers is because if you take all their factors excluding themselves, you add them up. So number 6, you got 1, 2, 3, and 6. So if you just don't use 6, you go 1, 2, and 3, that equals 6. Same works out for 28. June 28th. Okay, we got to find out what's happening that day, because supposedly it's going to be a perfect day. Why, Ryan, are you talking about all these numbers? It's a good question. And what does it have to do with real estate? What does it have to do with just fun facts? Well, first of all, fun facts are fun facts. But it does actually have something to do with real estate, because when you're buying a home, sure, you fall in love with a home, but you should look at some other factors, like maybe on the resale side, is this going to be a tough one to sell? Are you going to have family members that are like, I'm not coming over to your house because it has number 42 or 11? These are all things to take into consideration, whether you believe in it or not. And the or not part is sort of why I came up with this video, because today, other than being the 13th, is International Skeptics Day. So today, if you're a superstitious person, try and exercise a little bit of your skepticism on some things, and then get right back to being superstitious tomorrow. All right. So, other than that, if you have any questions about real estate, you know who to call. And until I see you next time, probably tomorrow, stay epic.